y'all, welcome back to my channel, and if you're new, hi, my name is Alexis Jayda and welcome. Today's notification shout out goes to Marianne. Thank you so much for all your love and support. You have commented over 23 times and thank you so much. If you guys want to be part of the notification squad, all you have to do is just like the video, hit subscribe, and leave a comment down below, and your comment could possibly be my next notification shout out. All right, loves, I'm so excited. Look at my nails. Look at my nails. I'll include a close-up of them. So pretty. Look at them. Superstar. Oh, I love them. I feel like I haven't done a close-up in forever, and I haven't even had my nails done in like a good long minute. Yeah, I want to show you guys my nails. Super freaking cute. I feel like when you have a really pretty like nail set on, you just feel a little bit like boom, boom, boom. And I'm like really expressive with my nails. Without nails, it looks like I'm even more expressive when I have nails on. The babies did my background for Christmas. So freaking cute. All right, loves. So I haven't been gone too long because I did upload a separate story time that is not part of the Nanny series. I hope you guys enjoyed. Now, I swear y'all were heated, and oh my gosh, I just kept saying like, I'm not that person no more. Like, I'm not. Like, I'm just, I have grown so much. And this is why, like, when I reminisce on things that I allowed to happen, I'm just like, I just want to tie my hair up and just beep, beep, beep. Because y'all, like, oh my God. Super bad. And before we continue, I did upload a new vlog on my vlog channel. Make sure to please check it out. It's up here. I did a new style of editing the babies, and I want to get your guys' opinions on it. I loved it. The kids were cracking up. I want you guys to let me know what you guys think. If you guys want to see more, all that good stuff, I will leave it here and down below. So it is a new vlog, so make sure to check it out. Let's get into today's story time. I would love to know what you guys are doing. If you guys are cooking, if you guys are cleaning, if you guys are working out, if you guys are driving anywhere, I would love to know down below. And yeah, all that good stuff. I missed you guys. I always miss you guys. I always do. So let's get into today's story time. Boom. Chicka bing, chicka bing, chicka bing. So quick recap on the previous Nanny series. I was looking for mom. Oh, that's another thing. Real quick, hold on. Okay, so I do want to address this. I did mention it in my Storytime and Cheeseman group chat on Instagram. If you guys would like to join that, I will leave it down below. Some have the feature, some FAMBAM don't, and I'm not sure why. I don't know. I hate that. I wish we could all experience the same thing. I don't know why it allows some and not others, but I will leave it down below. So I said I got a comment asking if I feel bad bringing up the past to my mom and having her relive it. My answer you might not like. I don't feel bad. I feel like me asking, even if it's 1,000 times, is nothing compared to what I felt emotionally and physically. Is that selfish? Maybe. But my mom was the one to open that door of communication so that we could both heal. Now, on the other hand, if my mom didn't want to answer questions, that'd be fine, which it would. If she'd be like, Jade, I can't, or she like anything at all, I would just cut it right there. I would just cut it. I would cut it. Just how my mom has opened up that communication where I can call her, ask any questions if I want to include on story time. Just how she's opened that communication, that goes both ways. So my mom has called me numerous times and has asked me to relive, say the same thing. Jade, it's like the first time I'm ever hearing it, and we go through this over and over and over. But just how she opens that door of communication where I can ask her questions and get that glimpse of honesty in that moment, sometimes I'm willing to relive and go into details with her. And it literally is like almost like, I don't know, like I already know what she's gonna say next. I already know what she's gonna say next, and then we repeat it. Some of you guys have asked if my mom has a brain injury, not that I know of, but my mom has done a lot of crazy stuff, so I don't know if the things that she has done has affected it up there. I'm not sure, because I don't know, you know, because I've been dealing with telling my mom this happening since Mexico. And I was like 5, 6, and it's the same thing when I would tell her when I was 7, and she'd be like, oh, this is like the first time, you know. And then as I got older, it was like, okay girl, no, like I'm gonna tell everybody. And my mom knew that she had to do something. Maybe I'll go into detail later on, but it's such a triggering thing. So for the 2 comments that I got where they're like, oh my God, stop having your mom relive this, or oh my gosh, this is probably triggering her, oh my God, this and that, I don't feel guilty. I don't. Because just how I might be triggering her My mom triggers the hell out of me too, where she'll call me and be like, can you tell me what happened? And we have to go through it, and we're both freaking crying, and I'm pissed off at her because I'm like, how can you keep forgetting? Even as we've gotten older, like, what are you talking about? And then we'll have days where she'll repeat it back to me, and then I'm like, so you, like, is it just pick and choose? So yeah, I don't want to go into that right now, but anyways, she's mentioned numerous times that FAMBAM have been amazing and that she's glad that I have you guys as my safe spot now, which is honestly true. My mom always has said that. That is so amazing, Alexis, that you have your FAMBAM. You have your community that you've always wanted, and they hear you, and I'm so glad that you have them, which I will forever be grateful that I have you guys, because holy crap, you guys have helped me in so many ways. You guys are helping me heal, and you guys help me realize things where it probably would have taken me a lot longer. You know what I mean? With story times, yes, it can be so hard to not be in constant feeling of not wanting to forgive her, especially when I start to realize new things. Sometimes our conversations can be bittersweet, but we always end it on a positive note. Yes, like, kind of like what I mentioned and stuff. All right, loves. So quick little recap. My mom was missing. I don't know where she's at. I'm freaking out. I call my grandma. My grandma's like, I don't know where she's at. Being such a freaking a-hole to me. A-hole. So rude. Which, y'all, yeah. She's never going to change. Ever. And that's cool. So anyways, I'm looking for my mom. I keep calling, nothing. Calling, nothing. And eventually my mom calls me. She is in a rehab center. So I'm like, wow, my grandma knew, my mom's ex knew. That's crazy, because they were such freaking a-holes. And I was reading a lot of you guys' comments about how I was the constant reminder. And so that's why they were probably trying to push me out. And it's like, I was just so wanting to just to be there. You know what I mean? And it makes me so sad. It really does. Because I was just I just wanted that connection. Even if it was toxic, I just wanted it. I just wanted to be loved on so freaking bad. I wanted to feel important, because it's so hard when my mom would be like, I love you, like, you're my first, this and this, and like brainwash me. And then she would act a different way, being out like, oh, she couldn't stand to be around me. Like, oh my God, I made things so difficult. And it just wasn't clicking when I was younger. Of course it's not going to be. So I eventually talked to my grandma. She takes me to go see my mom. She's so annoyed with me, because you could just tell she's just like, oh my gosh, why do I have to bring her? So we end up going. My brothers can't see my mom because of the age thing. My grandma talks to my mom, and I asked my grandma, like, can I please go see my mom? Can I please go see my mom? She tells me, okay, it's fine. I go inside, talk to my mom. My mom is like, loving it in there, right? Come back out. My grandma's pissed because my brothers are crying because they wanted to see my mom, and why did I go see my mom? And you guys made me feel so good about that, because my grandma always had made me feel like crap. Always like, why didn't you do this? Why didn't you do that? Like, you're so selfish. And you guys are right. It's not selfish, me wanting that one-on-one with my mom, because things could have changed. She could have just left me when she dropped off my brothers and be like, nope, I'm not taking you. I could have missed that chance. So I want to say thank you guys so freaking much, because you guys don't know how much I held on to that. And I was like, yeah, that was kind of a dickish move, because I'm constantly reliving in the past. I'm like, oh, maybe it was that. Maybe it was this. Maybe it was that. Why she hates me. No, she just hates me regardless. And that's just it. That is just it. She loves bragging about me, but if it's like, does she want me up in her mix? No, she can't stand me because of how I decided that I wasn't going to do the same things that she did. And that's cool. Anyways, so I come back out and my grandma's all pissed off at me. We drop off my brothers. I go off on Barbara and I go off on the stepdad, because what the hell? How they wanted to act like they didn't know anything. And my grandma's over there talking to Barbara, and I didn't put it together in time. But the reason why my grandma was so cool talking to Barbara is because my grandma was staying there. Yeah. Ain't that something? That's crazy. So anyways, my grandma takes me, we go shopping, we get stuff for my mom, we go back, my mom hands out everything. My mom's like, you get one, you get one, you get one, you get one. Crazy. So I'm like, my mom's like, what's wrong? And I'm like telling my mom, like, do you know what grandma's saying? Do you know what grandma? Because I just wanted someone to be like, that's not right. What's wrong with you? But nobody would tell her, like, that's not okay. That's not okay. And that's why this son of a bitch walks around thinking that he's chingon, thinking that he didn't do nothing wrong. And he's lucky I don't make flyers and just throw them everywhere and been like, yep, that's what you is. That's what you is, right? So, like, he's so lucky when all this was going on wasn't the day of social media, because bitch, whew, it would have been on. It would have been on. And you're probably thinking like, oh, why don't you just do it now? I got something coming. Anyways, so my mom's like, oh, you have to understand that she's in a situation, blah, 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 blah. Y'all, I cried hard after that story time. to my hubby. Like, oh, because it makes me so mad. It makes me so freaking mad. So mad, because you can't make people care. You really can't. And it just sucks because it's like, I want my grandma to care and she don't care. Like, she just don't. My grandma's such a selfish, ignorant person. Like, she just don't care at all. Anyways, the drive back, lonely, because I don't want to talk to my grandma. I'm just so upset with my grandma because I'm just like, ew, 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 ew. And I should have stayed away after like that. I should have stayed away because it was just more and more. And I bet you if I would just sit there and tell my grandma like, oh, this hurt me, blah, 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 then don't talk to me. Don't talk to me. And that's just the kind of person she is. She don't give a and you can't make someone care. And you're probably thinking like, oh, Alexis, like, why do you want her to care? Why do you want her to care? Because she's my grandma. Okay, I don't know how else to explain that, where I'm like, she's just supposed to, you know what I mean? And it sounds so crazy, and it's like, I'm working through therapy, I know, and I'll get to a point, trust me, where I'm just gonna be like, that's cool, whatever, because it has taken me so long to get to where I'm at now with certain things and cutting certain people off and be like, no, that's not okay, if you know what I'm talking about. Because that pattern that you guys seen on the other story time that I did, it was so hard to cut off that person Dutch, and it's just wanting to people please so bad, where you're just like, you want that, like, oh, you're okay, right? And it's something like, so many people are blessed if you can be the, you know, the person like me. No, cut, next. Oh my gosh, I envy you, because I wish I had it in me like that. Like, I literally can't even leave sometimes without touching something like 4 times until it feels right, because something's gonna happen if I don't. And then God forbid something does happen when I don't a few times, it messes with me more. So it's just I'm working through it, y'all. I'm working through it, and I will get to that point where I'm just completely like, I don't care. Like, I say I don't care about my grandma, but like, part of me is like, I just want her, hoping that she'd call and be like, I'm such a blah person, like, please forgive me. Like, but she won't, and I need to hurry up and like get to that point. But I know it takes time, because I keep telling the therapist like, say the magic words so I don't give a please, and they're just like, Alexis, it don't work like that, you know what I mean? I'm just like, okay,
fired,
you're fired. Just kidding. But like, it's just so freaking hard, because I just want to get that point, and I have to, you know, I do have to look back and be like, okay, you know what, it took a long time to get here, so just be happy, Alexis, you know, be thankful. The way that my therapist describes it is like, grab yarn and undo all the yarn and just rubble it back up. And so like, it takes time to get all the knots out that have been done. So it's just knot after knot after knot after knot. It takes time. And she's always telling me that, like, it takes time, like, stop beating yourself up, like, stop it. Because I'm just like, why can this person do it and be like, eh, and then I'm over here like struggling to do it? And I'm so quick to be like, don't allow that, but I'll allow it for myself. So I don't talk to her the whole time. And when me and my grandma were driving up, she was telling me like, the reason why she doesn't tell me where my mom was, because I'm my mom's trigger. I'm a constant reminder, and my mom will never get better with me around. That she just won't, because I am a trigger. I'm a trigger. And it literally made me feel like crap, because I'm just like, yeah, like, I am her trigger, and that sucks. No, she loves me, but I am my mom's trigger, which is fine. Go back home, fall asleep. Tommy wakes me up early as hell. She's not telling me where we're going. And then we're in the car, and I'm like, where are we going? She said, don't tell your grandma. I'm like, we're gonna go get your mom. Woo! And that's where we're at. I know that's taking a long time. It's gonna be a long story time, because we got lots of talking. I'm so sorry. I know there are some people who want like just boom, 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 but I don't work that way. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. I'm not on Netflix yet. I can't. I'm like, we're chismeando, we're talking. I just can't. I'm so sorry. As soon as Tommy said that, I was like, because what did my grandma say? You're a trigger. So my mom had been in there for a few days, right? But the day that I go see her, she wants to leave the next day. Yeah. So I was like, oh my God. Like, I was already like, I wanted to jump out of the car. I was already feeling like, oh my gosh, she's gonna be like, I told you. I already knew it. I already knew it was coming. And I had to keep telling myself like, no, it's not true. Like, you know how hard it is to talk yourself down? Like, honestly, honest. And if you never had to talk yourself down, you better thank Jesus, because it is so nasty having to talk yourself down. Like, you really have to trick your own self to not feel like that. Like, it's just like, nope, like, no, that's not your fault. Like, she was gonna do it regardless. And it's like, but was she really though? So like, I'm just fighting my own thoughts and like a little miniature grandma in my head, because I'm just like, I already know what she's gonna say. It's your fault. She shouldn't have told you. This is why you made you made her want to do this. It's your fault. It's your fault. And I knew it, and I knew it was coming, and I knew it, and I was already getting so sick to my stomach. And so Tommy's like, what's wrong? What are you doing? Because I'm like, looking like I'm constipated, looking like I'm gonna have an accident. And I tell her, I don't want to tell you. She's like, why? I'm like, because I don't want to tell you. She's like, just tell me, what is it? Because she's thinking that I'm probably going to take a poopy in her car. And I'm like, my grandma said, my mama said, my grandma said that I'm my mom's trigger. And I started telling her, and now that's why my mom's leaving. I should have never went. Tommy stops the car, looks at me, and says, your mama was gonna fuck up regardless. Nothing that you do or say is making her do what she's doing right now. She's a grown fucking woman. Now get that out of your fucking head. And I needed that. I needed that, because I literally was like, oh my gosh, if I'm just gone from this earth, will she be okay? You know how they say, like, are you willing to sacrifice yourself if it gives, you know, if your mom gets to have it happily ever after? I was like this close, because I was just like, oh my God, I can hear my grandma in my head, in my head, in my head. Because I'm like, oh my gosh. And you know what? If I would have done that, I would have wrote a note saying it's my grandma's fault. I hate her. Would they have cared? No. And that's just the way the cookie crumbles. So she checked me, and that's what I needed, honestly, truly, because I was feeling like things were getting smaller and smaller and smaller. And then I was still trying to fight myself, like, she don't mean it. She's just saying that because you look scared. She don't mean it. She's like, my mind is like, there's nothing that you can say that I haven't told myself. I am my biggest bully. I am my biggest critic ever, 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 ever. I'm already thinking it. I've already said it. I've already felt it. You know what I mean? So we're driving in silence, and I'm just trying so hard to prepare myself for the conversation that me and my grandma are going to have, because she honestly thinks that it's my fault. Like, she really, really does. And she says that with her full chest. She really, really does. And it's so sick, because I'm like, do you hear yourself? Do you honestly hear yourself? How nasty. And you know what, you guys? I'll share her story, but it's just, and that's why I give her grace, because my grandma's story is very f***ed up. It's very, very f***ed up. But it's not fair that just because her own mother allowed certain things, allowed things, that's not fair that my grandma has to inflict that pain on my mother and me because no one saved her. That's not fair. That's not fair. And I don't understand how my grandma could carry that hatred over. I don't understand it. I don't understand how she could have that feeling of being like, well, my mom this, my mom this. How could you? Like, so it's so hard. And my grandma fits that saying of hurt people hurt people. And it sucks, because I'm just like, I just wish she was different. So anyways, we're driving, and it's a ways away. I eventually find the courage to ask Tommy what happened. She says she doesn't know, that my mom just called her and was like, pick me up now. Pick me up now. She's like, she's already gonna be in the mood, so just keep the conversation and don't ask any questions. She already sees that she's upset, and I know she ain't gonna even try to deal with it. So I'm like, why did I come? And Tommy said to keep her awake. And I'm like, we're not even talking. And she just looks at me, and I'm like, and what is my negative ass thing? She just wants me here as a punching bag. She just wants me here as a punching bag, because honestly, that's how I felt, yo. I was like, oh, that's what we're doing here. It sucked always feeling like I knew everyone's next move, where I'm like, but I'm like, no, Jade, that's not it. Like, oh, you should be happy that she wanted your company. But it's so hard, y'all. My other part, I'm so toxic to myself. I really am. I really am. I really, really am. Like, it's so hard, y'all. Like, I really try with therapy. I've literally have had therapists be like, why do you do this to yourself? And I'm like, and then come to find out, like, I gotta find another therapist, because I have this one thinking a little bit too much, a little bit too hard, where they're like, stop. And I feel bad, because I'm like, oh my God. And then my grandma's like, you see, you just have people overthink all the time. So anyways, we're driving out there, finally reach my mom. We meet her like kind of like at a gas station area, and my mom has her shampoo with her. And I'm just like, okay. In my head, I'm like, okay, this is how we're gonna play it. You're gonna shut the fuck up and not say nothing, because she is already gonna be mad, and she is not gonna want to see you. So you need to and be quiet. Play your cards right, and you can just go with the peaches, and you gotta deal with the damn thing over here, okay? So that's how I'm talking. So I'm like, all right. So as soon as we pull up, I get out, and my mom just looks at me, and I just like, hi mom, and I just go to the back, because why we gotta puppet it, bitch, because we don't know what mom's coming in with. So we gotta make sure that we like play it easy, right? Because that's just how it is. Because honestly, that's how the it is. I can't play like how my brothers play. And you're probably thinking like, Jay, what do you mean by that? My brothers could literally cuss out my mom, cuss out my grandma, and my grandma would be like, oh my god, mijo, like he's so stressed. But God forbid me, I say something like, she's a fucking bitch, don't fucking talk to her, blah 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 blah. Right? Okay. I could never cuss out my grandma or tell my grandma what like my brothers could ever. I envy that. Where I'm just like, damn, that's crazy. That's cool, whatever. Next. So I go to the back, my mom's in the front, my mom's telling Tommy about like how she got crazy with one of the like managers there, the night managers. He was trying to tell my mom what was what, and my mom was like, nope, we're not doing that. She wanted to go out for a smoke. So I'm like, oh, this has nothing to do with me. I was thinking like, oh, because my mom saw me, she felt bad, and she was like, my baby needs me, I need to get out of here, because that's honestly what I was thinking. Okay, so Tommy's like, what? So like he tried, you know, did this, whatever. So manager got crazy with my mom, said some inappropriate things, and my mom was like, fuck you, bitch, and she threatened to hurt him, and he was like, you want to know what, you can get the fuck out. So my mom was like, I'm crazy, I have to be here. And they're like, no bitch, that's not this kind of place, this is rehab, bitch. So kicked my mom out. So then my mom called Tommy, and so then Tommy woke me up, and this is where we're at, right? Okay, cool. So that's what happened, right? So my mom's like, I'm fucking starving, let's go to IHOP. Tommy looks at my mom's like, and mom's like, don't start, Tommy, I'm hungry. Tommy looks in the rearview mirror, and I'm just like, I'm looking down, because I'm like, I'm not gonna fight with my mom, she's hangry, I'm not doing it. So we go to an IHOP. My mom starts already making phone calls, trying to hit up this person, that person. She's trying to hang out. Yeah, she just got out, she went in for a while, and just talking her shit about the place, how it was, and this and that. There was somebody that was already in there, and my mom was like, I'll hit you up when I get out. So now they're linking up, and I'm like, oh my gosh. Ugh. And that person went right back to doing what they were doing that got them in there. So my mom was like, oh, take me there. So then Tommy's pissed off, because Tommy's like, I'm not doing that, I'm not a taxi. And they're arguing. We're getting our food out, and you know, I order good. I ordered good. Was that bad? Yes, it was. But my mom said, get what you want. And when I wasn't getting what I want, my mom was like, stop playing, get what you want. So I was like, okay. So I got what I wanted. So there's no one around for my mom to talk to make them pay the bill. So Tommy ends up paying the bill. She's pissed off the whole time, and she's like giving me for it, because she's like, you know how your mom is, and instead of you getting something small, you want to get something big. Did you not see my plate? Mind you, Tommy was being dramatic as hell. Her, me, and my mom got the same thing. It was like the special that they have, where it's like I think it's like, it's not the Grand Slam, I think the Grand Slam is Denny's, right? But it was like you know how they always have like the specials, it was like that. She was just mad as hell because it was coming out of her pocket, and she wanted me to order probably like a thing of pancakes, but I didn't. Mine came with like the eggs, the bacon, and then a side of pancakes. But she was just mad. She didn't like me eating like if I was grown, but when her kids were going out, she made sure to get them pop, their refills. If they got the lemonade, that doesn't come with the free refill, that was okay. So I don't know why she always was like that with me, which was nasty. I didn't like that she was like that. That's gross. She's like, you already know how she is, I don't know why you do that. Instead of making the situation better, you make it worse. And you know what? She valid on that, because I could have got something small, but I didn't. And Tommy still hasn't let that go. She's like, no, you knew what you were doing. You knew what I literally fucking told you. Yes, I knew what the fuck I was doing. I didn't say, oh, I knew you were gonna fucking pay for it. I knew what I was fucking doing and ordering the food that I was fucking ordering because I wanted it. And I knew my mom was gonna find a way regardless. I knew she was gonna find a way. Was I like, oh, Tommy's gonna pay for this? No. I was just like, oh, somebody's gonna pay for it. And it was you. Sorry, that was a little aggressive. I just get upset because... But I'm like, I knew. Okay, I knew. And I don't like how they were like, no, you knew what you were... Obviously. Or like, you... Like, she'll do that. Shut up, because you're just as bad too. You're just as bad over here having me pay for something that I didn't lose or get dirty, your towels, but you want me to be like, Tommy might pay for this. F you, bitch. Okay. Anyways, so Tommy's all pissed off. My mom's like telling her to shut the f up, that she was gonna get the money, and she's like, yeah, of course, you always say that, and you never get the fucking money. You always say that. You always say that. She tells Tommy, like, drive me over to that one place where that girl was. We'll call her Cherry. Okay, so Tommy's like, I'm not gonna go hit up Cherry's house. I don't know who the that is. You're here talking to all these crackheads, blah 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 blah. My mom's like, go to Cherry. Cherry's gonna have your fucking money. I'm telling you, just go. I'm not asking. So they start fucking bickering, and Tommy's pissed about the fucking food. I got leftovers, right? So I'm still munching in the car, and she's like, you got the fucking nerve to eat in my fucking car. Looking around, bitches, this dirty as fuck. Why can't I? But she's just mad, and instead of her taking it out on my mom, she wants to take it out on me. So they bicker back and forth, back and forth. We end up going to Cherry. I don't know what my mama told Cherry or what happened when they were in rehab together or what, but Cherry was very fond of my mama. And so Cherry comes out, gives my mom $60, okay? $60. She looks at Tommy and she's like, here, gives her 40. She's like, now shut the fuck up. Tommy looks up at the mirror and she's like, pretty much she's saying, bitch, you still owe me, which I don't owe you nothing. So my mom and Cherry go in the house. They do something for a minute. Tommy's like, oh, I'm gonna go check on her. Of course you are. Of course you are. Don't be doing nothing stupid. Eat your food. I said, I am, because I'm just like, damn, mom already paid you for the food, so leave me the f alone. Like, the way she was like so pissed off because I ordered it, even though it got taken care of, she got her money back, she still stuck on like, but you knew what the f. Shut the f up and leave me the f alone. Like, she was so annoyed by it. Like, I'm telling y'all, it was crazy. So they're literally inside Cherry's place for like a good hot minute. They both come out and they're like as f. Okay, I'm not gonna even say anything at all. I'm not gonna bring anything up to my mom, because I know as soon as I tell my mom anything, she's going for my freaking jugular. My mom's not gonna be like, oh yeah, you're right. No, my mom's gonna be like, mind your business, as I should, because at the end of the day, she's an adult and I am a child. It does not matter if I don't want her to do certain things. Like, my mom's gonna do whatever she's gonna do regardless. It don't matter. So we're just literally just like driving, we're cruising, they're being so like laughing, they're on cloud 9. My mom got the munchies. Now Tommy got the munchies. She's saying, yeah, that does sound good, but let's hit up a Denny's instead because I like their coffee better. My mom's like, yep. And I'm just like quiet because I'm just like, whatever, man. Like, y'all, you guys are both crazy. Like, whatever, we can do whatever you like. So we go to a Denny's now, and they are ordering sweets. So they're ordering sweets, and Tommy is just getting a bunch of like sweet stuff. She's telling me like, oh, now you don't want to eat. Now since I'm offering, now you don't want to eat. I'm like, no, because I'm still full. I'm still full. She wants to get upset and be like, you see? She always just wants to be difficult. How do I want to be difficult? So I started getting a little attitude with Tommy, because like, I'm getting tired of her just constantly dogging on me, where I'm just like, dude, leave me alone. Like, why am I even here? The reason why you even brought me is because like, you didn't want my mama to just go in on you. You wanted her to have a punching bag. That's not true. That's not true. Like, it hit a nerve with her. My mom was just laughing, like eating her pancakes. Imagine just like being the only one who's not on cloud 9. Now, they weren't just on cloud 9. They were on other stuff too. I don't give a f what they say. And they're like, no, it was just cloud 9. No, the f it wasn't. Okay? No, the f it wasn't. So they were just both like, like laughing, thinking it's funny. And as soon as they said that to me, no, that's not true. No, that's not true. Like, she wanted to snap. So I'm like, all right, man. Like, I'm not trying to argue with you. Like, I'm not trying to deal with all of this. She's like, no, like, you don't understand. Like, you knew what you were doing. I was like, yes, I was ordering food. Like, I knew what I was doing. And you got paid back. Like, leave me alone. Like, I'm so mad about it. Like, it wasn't even just like a little bit of picking. It was like, pick. And I'm just like, damn, man. Like, anytime when it comes to food, like, someone's always giving me such a hard time. Like, it's so annoying. It's so annoying. Because why? Like, why? And that's why I will never be stingy with food. I will never be stingy with food. Anytime someone's hungry, get it. Oh, this one is this, who's this? Eat it. Take it. Have it. I don't care. Eat it. Like, I don't care. Like, the way they were, and then it has me thinking, like, am I crazy? Is it me? Because even when I was living with the ex's brother and his wife and their daughter, oh my gosh, this bitch was putting the name on cereal so I wouldn't have it. And I just keep thinking back, like, who the I recently found them on Facebook, and y'all, like, oh, it makes me want to fucking vomit, because I'm just like, y'all are fucking nasty, like fucking disgusting. That's her nickname. It made me feel fucking crazy, where I'm just like, could I have eaten? No, y'all, like, oh my gosh, when I see pictures of like how I looked and stuff, like I was a freaking baby. Like, y'all were really labeling cereal boxes? Are you fucking kidding me? The fucking milk, like, oh my god. And then, like, I literally would have to sneak food. Like, are you guys fucking kidding me? Like, even when, and this is why I can't stand, I'm sorry for sidetracking y'all, like, it gets me so hot. Even when my brothers were staying with their dad and their stepmom was starting to label, oh my god, it got under my skin and made me so fucking mad, because I'm just like, why is this happening? Like, why are people like this with food? And that karma has spun the block so many times on that bitch's ass, and it's still spinning on her ass. Makes me so mad, where it's just like, why? Ooh, so it just makes me so angry. I'm not angry. It makes me so mad. Like, for real, for real. I don't know how people can be like that with food. I don't know how, like, my stepdad too is such a pussy. Like, your son, like, oh, and I had to go and get my brothers, and I was like, get whatever you want, get whatever you want, so like to make sure like they were good, you know what I mean? Because like, why would you be like that with food? I didn't get it, I didn't understand it, and it just made me so angry. Little did Lex know at the moment, like, that was gonna be nothing compared to what was ahead for me. Nothing. So my mom and her finish up, and they're just still laughing, and I'm like so irked, y'all. Like, I'm so mad. Like, I'm so mad. Tommy and my mom, they end up going half because my mom still has $20 left. Tommy's like, oh, I got it. Tips the waitress very well, because Tommy liked her and was like, oh, like making comments about her, whatever, flirting with her. And I'm just like so annoyed, because I'm just like, ew. Not because she was flirting, because how she was acting with me about like food and this and that, like, ew. Like, I was just so irked, y'all. I was just like, and then just how my mom was laughing. So imagine just being the only one who was like not laughing, him and hawing, and I was like, what's so funny? Nothing is funny. Like, I was so livid. So we get in the car, and they're just like kids, like, oh, where should we go now? Like, what should we do? And my mom wants to go to Walmart, so we go to Walmart. They literally are like walking ahead, looking at things, trying things on, and that's what I'm telling you. Like, it was not just Cloud9 stuff, okay? Like, it was just some stupid stuff. So I was just like, oh my god, like, this is like, why am I here? I literally could have just be sleeping and woken up to my mom being out. Like, I honestly could have. Like, why the hell am I here having to deal and see my mom acting like a little kid with her bestie? Like, that's cool, love that for you. If it was different circumstances, like not this, now you're probably thinking like, oh, Alexis, why don't you join in on the fun? Your mom's being dumb. Be done with her. No, it's not fun when your parents acting like that. It's not. And so they're just like trying on things, being done with each other, getting snacks. My mom's like, oh, we need to go back and like pick up Cherry, because I told Cherry that we were gonna pick her up after we were done doing what we were doing, and me spending time with Jade. And I spending time with me? How am I spending time with me? Like, what are you talking about? So I'm just like, I make a face. She's like, what? Now you're annoyed, Jade. What? You're always so fucking annoyed, Jade. And I'm just like, I'm not annoyed. She's like, why'd you make that face? I'm like, because, like, what do you mean you're spending time with Jade? If anything, you're spending time with Tommy. Like, why are you saying that? So my mom was like, oh my god, you were never happy. Anything I do, you're never happy. I got you IHOP, I got you Denny's, and you're still not happy. And I'm just like, you know what, mom? You're right. I'm a selfish bitch. I should be happy. And my mom's not picking up on the sarcasm. She's like, yeah. And I'm just like, oh my gosh. So then Tommy's like, she's being a bitch. My mom's like, don't call her a bitch. So they start having a little moment, and it goes back to being all serious, and then having fun with each other, trying on clothes. My mom's like, lighten up, Jade. Try this on. I'll get you this and I'll get you that. She's having a manic episode, and it's so hard, because some people will be like, oh my gosh, she's not right in the head, you shouldn't be so hard on her. And then some people will be like, oh my god, it's fucking exhausting. Yes, it's both, because you want to sympathize and be like, oh my god, mom, like, stop. And then the other part is you're so fucking angry because you're like, I'm the kid, I'm the one who's supposed to be doing stupid, not you. Stop. it's such a mind. It literally is, and it drives me insane. So she's just still acting, being stupid, whatever. I tell her I'm gonna go to the little arcade that they have at the Walmart, because I'm like, I'm not doing this. Like, I'm literally not gonna sit here and be like, ha 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 with you, mom. Like, I can't. It's exhausting. Now it's later, so like now there's more people out, more people are coming. Like, it's just, I don't want to do it. The sun is like fully out. What the are you guys doing? And why should I feel like I need to like watch y'all, make sure that you guys are good, no one calls the cops on you guys don't steal? Like, that's a lot of pressure, and I just don't want to be around it. So I go and I play some games. I'm literally sitting there playing the freaking car game because I'm like, I wish I could drive and I could leave this place where I guess I'm doing so good. There's like 2 adults behind me just like watching, so I feel the pressure even more. And so I just like, I just run off the road, and they're just like, oh, like, you were doing so good. But it was just like, man, like, I get shyness. Don't watch me. But they were just being cute, you know, just like watching me because I was literally like doing good, and it was like the racing game, whatever, and it was just too much pressure. I just couldn't. Walk away from me, please. Don't stare at me. Like, it literally felt like that. So I'm just sitting there, I'm just waiting, because I'm just like, they're literally just having blast. I have to try to see the bright side, like, well, I'm here. A lot of time passes, and my mom eventually calls me, and she's pissed because she can't find me. And she says that she's been looking around the store, that she doesn't know where that I'm at. She's mad. So I'm like, oh no, it's wearing down. We have to go and find Cherry, because that's the only way my mom can tolerate to be around me if she's medicated. So I tell my mom, like, okay, I'm gonna go out in front. Where are you? She tells me that they're already in the car, and I can't help but think, oh my gosh, they left me, they forgot about me. And then they were like, we had Jade with us, right? So anyways, I go out. They're in the front. Tommy is laughing. My mom's like hitting her, telling her to shut up. I get in the car, and Tommy goes, we fucking forgot about you. Yeah, my overthinking mind, it literally helped me. So I'm like, really, Ma? And then she's like, oh my God, Jane, this is why we couldn't tell you, because then you're gonna get sad. And I was like, whatever, like, it's not even that deep. And so then we go to Cherry. My mom does her stuff. So does Tommy. It takes so long, I end up passing out in the car. I'm awakened because they are blasting Bone Thugs and Harmony. Wake up, wake up, wake up. It's the first of the month. I get up, and my mom tells me, do you miss your brothers? And I was like, of course I do, Mom. So then we go and pick up my brothers. My mom stays a long time inside talking to my stepdad. I mean, a long time, where I'm like, damn, are y'all playing house already? That's crazy. My mom comes out. She's crying. She only has one of my brothers. She's like, oh my God, I hate your grandma. So my grandma's like pissed off because she's in there, and she's like, why the fuck are you out? You need that help. What are you doing? They start fighting. So then my mom ends up leaving because she can't be around my grandma, because my grandma is just so mean to her. So then we end up taking off. We go to Tommy's, and I am there with my brother. I don't mind watching my brother, because I'm like, that's my brother. I don't want no one to tell him anything. I don't want no one to make him feel uncomfortable. None of that. So my mom tells me that she's gonna nap to keep an eye on my brother. I'm like, all right, cool, whatever. Me and my brother, and we hang out. His dad keeps calling my phone, and I don't answer it, because remember when my mom was missing, when that little bitch wanted to act like, I don't know your mom. Why are you calling me? Whatever. Why the f calling me then, bitch? Why are you calling me? I don't know. I don't know this, I don't know that. Me no sabo, bitch. Like, I don't know anything. My mom wakes up from her nap, and she asks if we're hungry, that if we wanted IHOP or Denny's. Those are my mom's places. Like, my mom should have been sponsored by them, because she was constantly there, always telling people like, oh yeah, go eat this from there and eat that from there. Like, she loved that place. Tommy and my mom get into it, because Tommy's like, no, like, you cannot leave. Like, no, like, you're not in the right state of mind. Like, you can't. My mom's like, you can't tell me what to do. And Tommy's like, yeah, someone needs to tell you, because you don't want to be listening. So they kind of get into it. And ooh, my mom tells me that she needs my phone. So I give her my phone. She calls my stepdad. She tells my brother, like, be ready, your dad's gonna come get you. My mom tells me that when he texts that he's here, to let her know. I'm like, oh, okay, cool. So I tell my mom, like, oh, he says that he's here. Mom's like, okay, I'll be right back. I'm gonna go outside and take your brother. I'm like, all right, cool. So my mom does that, and time passes. Where do you think my mom went? Yeah, she went out to eat with my stepdad and my brother. Yeah, love that for me. But I should be thankful because she brought me back something to eat. Yep, I didn't even say nothing. I was just like, no, mom, I'm good. She's like, oh, now you don't want it. Now you don't want it. I'm like, no, mom, I'm not hungry. Tommy wants to chime in. Yeah, she always gets like that. It was so weird. Like, what aren't y'all getting? Like, what aren't you guys getting? Like, that's fucking crazy. Like, you guys literally aren't getting it. So I'm like, oh, okay. So my mom tells me like that if I'm gonna be like this the whole time. I was like, what do you mean? She's like, upset, mad at the world. And I was like, I'm not mad at the world. I'm mad at him and I'm mad at you. What you talking about? I'm not mad at the world. So my mom tells me I got a smart ass mouth to go to the room and to give her my phone. And I'm like, why do you need my phone? My mom's like, because I need a fucking phone. And it made me so mad. I hated giving my mom stuff. I really did. I honestly truly did. It took me a long time to like get over that, where I'm just like, it's okay now because you're grown. Like, you're okay now, Jade. I hated giving my mom anything of mine, anything that I liked, anything that was mine, because my mom would give it out like if it was nothing. She literally thought like, it's okay, like we can just replace it. And then she played on like, oh, it's because I'm manic, Jade, and when you're bipolar, people just give, and that made me so mad, where it's like, okay, you know you have this, right? So why the are you doing it then? Stop it. Stop. And then I get it, she couldn't control it, but I just didn't like it how she would use it as that and be like, it's because of that. And so when the doctor told her like, oh, you know, that's why when your daughter tells you this, it's like you're hearing it for this first time. My mom still uses that to this day, and it's like, I get it, it could be valid, but you guys have to understand where it can get annoying, where it's just like, how convenient. You know what I mean? Like, ooh, it makes me mad, y'all. So we're fighting back and forth, and I'm like, nah, ma, I don't want to give you my phone. My mom's like, I'm not asking you, I'm telling you, I'm the adult, you're the kid, and you need to understand that. She's like in my face, and I'm like, no, mom, like that's not fair. Like, I'm still trying to like 10 toes down, like, nah, ma, you got me messed up, like this is mine. Because my mom does not care. My mom does not care about things. Like, my mom literally has stolen from me. My mom literally have sold my stuff. Like, my mom don't care. My mom does not care. And she'll be like, oh yeah, Jade, I'm sorry, and yes, I forgive her, but I just don't like that she just did not care. And it didn't matter, like I could not tell her like no. And that's why I had to emancipate myself from her, because she would like literally like threaten me, and I had to pay her not to take Andrew. I had to pay her so that she wouldn't call the cops. I had to pay my mom off, and it literally sucks, y'all, because I'm just like, I get I'm a kid, but it's only when it's convenient that I'm a kid, right? So it pissed me off. So we're going back and forth, and she's like in my face. Now I'm telling y'all, my mom fucking scares me. Where I'm like, I've told you guys, she's fought men, and I know she'll fucking knock me on my ass. Like, she's my mom's heavy-handed as. Like, I remember one time I was pregnant with Andrew, and she was so mad at me because she like, I was like in her way, like walking by, and she was just mad at me because like the whole situation, and she was mad because like the stepdad was there and he and her were going at it, and so she like moved me, but I swear to God, I feel like she crushed my bones. I immediately started crying. She's like, what? I didn't even grab you hard. I'm like, yes, you did. Like, it just felt like she was just like crushing my bones, and I'm like, oh man, like, don't touch me, because like it hurt. She's like, it's just because your body's sensitive because you're pregnant. No, ma, it's because you're heavy-handed, just like you really are. Anyways, so she's like in my face, and to give her my fucking phone, that was not an ask, that's a demand. And I was just like, okay, you mean order? And so that pisses her off, and so she's like trying to find my phone in my pockets, and I had it in my chest, right? So she's like trying, but she's like digging her hands in my pockets like hard, like just roughhousing me, like being so fucking with me, where I'm just like, fight me, because I'm just so mad, where I'm just like, why? So she's like yelling at me that she's not gonna ask me again, that where is it, that if I don't give her my phone, that she's gonna take me to that one place I don't like going. I was like, you're gonna take me to kid jail because I won't give you my phone? She's like, because you're not fucking listening, and you think you can do whatever the you want. And I'm like, no, like, I'm not gonna give you my phone. Like, why do I have to give you my phone? You're going to lose it, you're going to do something. And she's like, no, give me your fucking phone now. So at this point, I'm crying because I don't want to give her my phone. I know that when I give her my phone, I'm not getting it back. Like, I just knew it. I just knew it. It was like in my gut. I just knew it. Tommy chimes in, and she's like, give your mom the phone. I'm like, shut the up, Tommy. Tommy's like, what'd you say to me? I'm like, shut the up, because like it's none of your business at all. Like it's none of your business. And I hated how like people always wanted to chime in and be like, be nice to your mom. No, I don't want to. She's gonna give it to a crackhead. Like I don't want to. Like I don't want to. So we're like fighting back and forth. It's like, give it to me now, give it to me now. And my phone starts to like in my chest, and I freak. My mom grabs me, woof, throws me, and she's like trying to get the phone, and so we're like tumbling. I'm not hitting her back, so it's just literally like weird motions that I'm doing because I'm not trying to hit him out. I'll never put my hand on my mom. So it's like weird trying to fight for yourself but like not hit, you know what I'm saying? So then my mom gets my phone, she answers it, it's my grandma. Her and my grandma start going off. My mom's telling my grandma like she don't fucking listen. No, I'm taking her phone. And I guess my grandma was like, don't take her phone. What are you doing? Don't do that. I don't know, because that's what it kind of sounds like. Because my mom was like trying to justify her taking my phone. And so she's telling my grandma that she could do whatever the hell she wants, that she doesn't understand why she could be staying there after all the things that he did to me. And I'm like looking at my mom sideways. So I'm like, stop. You're just mad. Like you don't mean it, you know? So my mom and my grandma are going at it. My mom's like, I'm just gonna leave. Since no one wants to be around me, no one this, no one that, I'm just gonna leave. That pisses me off because I'm just like, leave where? What are you doing? Like, just fucking act right, man. Stay in the fucking thing. Like, so my mom ends up going outside to talk to my grandma, and the whole time I'm hot because I'm like, why are you taking my phone out there to talk? Like, you know what you're doing, like get my phone. So I'm like watching her from the blinds because I'm like, I don't want her to leave with my phone. My mom looks up from the blinds, looks at me, and she's like waving because I'm like, don't take my phone. Like, what are you doing? I want my phone back. And you guys are probably thinking like, Alexis, what? She just has her phone. No, y'all, I'm not gonna get this phone back, and you guys don't understand. I just walk away from the window because I'm like, oh, that's it. Like, I'm not gonna have my phone. Like, that's it. Whatever. My mom stays outside for a very long time. She comes back in. She's like all crying, so sad. She tells me to go sit next to her. I sit next to her. She tells me, Jade, can you please tell me everything that he's ever done? And I'm like, Mom, I'm not playing this. I'm not. She's like, playing what? Playing what? Just because I want you to tell me so that I can stay mad at him? And I'm like, no, like, I don't want to play into this. Stop it. So we're like fighting, and I'm like, can I have my phone? She's like, nope, you're not gonna get your phone. And I'm like, why? And so she said because she went through my messages and she could see how I am with the ex and stuff, which that was valid. Okay, that was valid. I was like, you know what, you're right. That's the first parent thing you've done. So even though I was mad, I was like, part of me was like, you can't be mad because that's not okay. Like, he's literally messaging you like some crazy ass shit. That's not okay. So she went through everything. She went through text messages, everything. She was like, why are you still taking photos like that? Because I've always like taking photos like that. I don't know why. I don't know why. I was always like, you know, I don't know why I took pictures like that. So I was like, I don't know, Mom. I'm not sending them to anybody. I just want them for me, you know? And she's like, why do you allow him to talk to you like this? I was like, I don't know, monkey see, monkey do. Just kidding. But I was like, I don't know, Mom. Like, I love him. And so she was like, you're not gonna have your phone no more. Like, this is too much. Like, that's not okay. That she doesn't know why he thinks he could talk to me like that. And she was like, I already text him not to message you again. And so I'm like, okay. She tells me like not to ask her again for my phone, because she's like, if you ask me for your phone again, I am gonna take you and you're gonna stay the weekend over there. And I'm like, in baby jail, right? So I was like, oh my God. And it just made me so mad because I was like, she wasn't going to give me back my phone regardless, but she's just playing on what she saw. I mean, her will fight about it because she'll be like, no, that's not why, Jade. I'm like, whatever, Mom. Like, honestly, that's it. Like, you weren't valid in it. Like, you just weren't, ma'am. So my mom ends up leaving and she has my phone, of course. And Tommy gets a phone call from my grandma. Tells me that my grandma talked to me. And I literally feel like a little kid because I'm like, oh my gosh, she's gonna yell at me. She's gonna yell at me. I was like, tell her I'm not here. She's like, Jade, you're standing right here. So I'm like, I'm not here. I'm Patricia. Just kidding. I'm like, no, I don't want to answer. She's like, get the phone right now. I already told your grandma that you're here. And so I get on the phone, and like before I could even put my ear to the phone, she's like, it's your fault. So I was like, yes, grandma, don't respond to me like that. Because I was like, yeah, disrespectful as week, but I really was. And so she was like, it's all your fault. I should have never taken you to go see her. And now she's over here reliving everything all over again. You don't understand. There's something wrong with her brain. I was like, whoa, 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 whoa. What is she telling you? And she tells me that my mom said that when she saw me that she needed to come save me. Now, I would have believed this take and be like, oh yeah, like maybe it is my fault. My mom is trying to save me, blah, 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 blah. I'd be like, we were like really spending time. But in my mom's head, it's like, oh, we did spend time because I took you, got to go eat. But what did you do after? You went with Cherry. Then you went with Cherry, you did your stuff, blah, blah, blah. It's like, it just didn't make sense. And it's like, maybe in my mom's head, it did make sense. You know what I mean? But for me, I'm just like, no, it was just convenience to use that, to use it as an excuse of like, oh, this is why I'm doing this. This is why I'm going crazy. This is why I'm reliving it all over again. I don't know, two things can be right at the same time, right? But I just didn't like how my grandma was like, yeah, you see, it's your fault. It's your fault. It's your fault. And it's like, no, it's not. And if that really was my mom's intention, when she got out, we would have went straight to the police station. We would have did what we had to do. But no, though it was just too many like this and that and this and that and this and that. And it just didn't make sense. Maybe it made sense to my mom and she was like, no, this is what I was going to do, blah, 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 blah. It just didn't make sense because I'm just like, everything just felt out of convenience. It felt like she was using my hurt and what happened to me out of convenience when it worked for her. That's honestly how I felt. And that she is going to try to put that piece of shit in jail. And my grandma's like, if they talk to you, you better tell them that you just made it up. I was like, not doing that. So my grandma gets mad because she's telling me like, deny, deny, deny. I'm like, I'm not gonna deny nothing. She was like, do you not understand what will happen? That my brothers will go to foster because my grandma can't afford to take care of them because her husband's sick, and that Tommy's not a fit environment. Like, do I not understand? Can I not think about anybody else but myself? And so then I'm like, that's not gonna happen. And she was like, Alexis, don't play. Don't even try to call my bluff on it. Your brothers will not have anywhere to go. Do you can understand me? Yes, it happened to you. Okay, it happens to so many people. It happens to so many people that I am not the first person that this has happened to. And I'm like, ew. Ew, what? I was like, ew for you to say that. Ew, 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 ew. So she's like, still livid, still pissed off. Like, are you not understanding? Do you not understand what I'm saying? And I'm like, yeah, I do. She's like, are you stupid? Are you dumb? I was like, Grandma, you dropped out in elementary. Just kidding. But I'm like, no, like, I understand what you're saying. Like, you want me to lie. She's like, I need you to tell them that it didn't happen. I was like, so you want me to lie? So she keeps going back to it because they will come and take your brothers. Do you hear me? They will come and take them. And you're going to be crying. And what is that going to do? Nothing. I tell her, like, if they do come. So my grandma's like pissed. And I'm like, okay, so if they do come, you want me to say that I'm lying. And she was like, what don't you understand? Like, she was so pissed off. She's like, are you stupid? Are you mentally stupid? And I was like, no. And I was gonna say him, and I stopped. She tells me that when she sees me, she's going to slap the shit. I was like, well, then I guess you're not seeing me then. And I hang up because I'm like, girl, bye. Which I shouldn't have done. That was really disrespectful. But I was like, dang, Grandma, you're tripping. Like, you're over here like, don't take them, please. Like, you're on the wrong team, ma'am. What are you doing? And you're still on the wrong team. What are you doing? And you know what's messed up? I've asked her, I was like, aren't you scared that he'll do that to my sister? And she says, no, because that's his daughter. And I said, so what was your dad's excuse? Ooh, she tried to slap me so hard. She tried to slap me so hard. I remember catching that. Oh, she wanted to beat my ass. She said, don't catch my hand. And she tried to do it again. And I caught that one too. And she said, don't ever come around this house again. And I said, and won't. And it's not your house, it's his house. And so then I left and we didn't talk for a very, very long time. But yeah, so anyways, since I still have Tommy's phone, I call my phone because my mom has my phone, and I tell my mom, what are you telling my grandma? And she said, rephrase how you're asking me that. And I said, okay, what did you tell Grandma? And she said, what are you talking about? I said, yeah, Grandma's saying that the reason why you left was because you're saying, because when you saw me. She's like, nope, I didn't say that. Nope, I did not say that. I told her why I left. I told her that, and I did tell her that once I got out that I was going to press charges on that mother blah 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 blah. So she's like going off, and I'm like telling her, I'm like, okay, then let's go, then let's go, then let's go to the police department, let's go. She says, okay, be ready, I'll be back, be ready. I'm like, okay, let's go. Y'all, we weren't going nowhere. We weren't. I was calling out my mom's bluff. She was just trying to scare him. She did this a lot to him. She would tell him that she was going to tell her brothers. He would get scared because he was scared of her brothers. He was terrified of her brothers. Then she would get whatever she wanted out of him, and then nothing would happen. Nothing would happen. So I knew it was happening, but she kept talking. She kept talking. My grandma ended up calling again, saying that, what the did you tell her? Now she's saying that she has to do it because she told you, blah, 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 blah. I was like, nope, it was her idea. So now me and my grandma are fighting, and my grandma tells me, do you want a relationship with me? And I was like, what do you mean? She's like, yeah, do you want a relationship with me? I said, what do you mean by that? She just my grandma at this point. She's like, yeah, do you want a relationship with me? Do you want me in your life? And I said, of course I do, Grandma. And then she said, then tell her to stop. And I said, you want me to lie? Whatever you want to call it. I said, no, I want to hear it, Grandma. You want me to lie? For your brother's sake. I said, no, for you. So then I ended up hanging up on my grandma again. At this time, Tommy is like, Alexis, don't answer my phone no more. Like, that lady's gonna have a heart attack, and I'm not gonna sit here and try to fight with your mom about it. So I was like, okay. I don't fight with her no more about it, because I'm like, you know what, you're right. Like, I'm not gonna do it. Like, she's not getting it. Wrong side, wrong team. So time passes. My mom eventually comes home, and I already see it. She's already like, she's already thinking about it too much, where she's like, oh my god, I gotta try to spin this and put it on Jade and be like, do you really want to? Do you really want to? I already know all of it. Like, I've already been like, we've already done this so many times. I think at times when I really would apply the pressure or be like, all right, bet, let's do it, they'd be like, what? Like, are you sure, Jade? Are you sure? And they'd get scared. Because sometimes I'd be like, it's fine, just leave it, whatever. Because it was exhausting, constantly reliving something, constantly thinking that you were going to be saved, you were going to get your justice, just for them to just guilt trip the hell out of you. I'm talking about like bad guilt tripping, where like silent treatment. And I'd be like, are you mad because I want to do this? No, I'm not mad. And I would be not talking to. My grandma would give me the cold shoulder. My mom would give me the cold shoulder. And I literally would feel like poop. Like, oh, it's my fault. They're not talking to me. Oh, I answered it wrong. I should have said this. I should have said that. It was constant. So then I started playing them at their own game. I'd be like, all right, bet, let's do it. Like, let's do this. Nothing would happen. It wasn't until I had to save myself. You know what I mean? And you guys have heard my grandma on the calls before. You have heard her in the background, in the vlogs and stuff like that. Like, your sister needed a dad. Your brothers needed their dad. And even my brother, who's my youngest brother, who is not even his biological son, they would allow him to call that piece of crap dad. And they'd be like, you see, it's not his fault. It's not his fault. He needs a dad. Oh my God. It was just, it's so crazy. It's so crazy, because if they heard this from anybody else, they would be talking for days. But where it's their own doo-doo, no, there's, it's because of this, it's because of that. Nope, this, nope, this. And you want to know why? It's because it happened to me, and they don't give a crap about me. And the more I hear it, and the more I talk about it, and the more I hear myself, I'm like, duh. That's what it is, Jade. That's what it is. You know what I mean? I already know what's going to happen. So my mom comes home. She has a cute case for my phone, and she's like, here, I got a case for it. And I'm like, oh, thanks, Mom. It's really cute. And so I'm like, okay, you ready? And is that f***ed up? Me playing with my mom's emotions? Yeah. Do I care? No, I don't. I'm so sorry. I really don't. I just didn't like how she, like, pretended that, like, yeah, I just hated it. So I liked making her feel uncomfortable, because I was like, it doesn't feel good, huh? So anyways, I was like, you ready? And she's like, we need to talk. And I was like, talk about what? Like, we could talk on the way, Mom. Come on, let's go. And she knows what I'm doing too. So she's like, you're sick. And I was like, I'm not sick. You're sick. And I was like, come on. So she tells me just to really think about it. Just to really think about it because she doesn't have any money and that it's not as easy as she hopes that it would be, and to really think about it. And I'm just like looking at her. She's like, what do you want, dude? Like, what is there? I can't do what you want me to do. I just can't. And I was like, yeah, people do it all the time. We can suffer a little bit. People do it all the time. And she's like, no, like, I don't know what you want me to do. Like, I can't. But if that's what you want, then okay, we can. See how she would say that? So she can still say like, oh, but I did tell her after you guilt the out of me. But okay, it's the same thing, right? So I tell her I'm just gonna go to bed, and she's like, are you sure? Do you want to talk about it? Talk about what, Mom? Talk about what? Talk about what? There's like nothing to talk about. Like, honestly, there's really not. So I go to the back, I go on my phone. My mom has been texting everybody in my phone, fighting with some, starting drama with some, and so I get kind of annoyed because I'm like, why? Like, why? Some of these bitches I don't even have a problem with. Why are you starting with them? So I can't help myself, even though I keep telling myself like, don't worry about it, don't pop off, you're gonna lose your phone, I get up, and so I go out to the living room. My mom's chilling with Tommy, and it looks like they're having a little cute little moment, and I ruin it. And I tell her, I'm like, Mom, what's wrong with you? So she tells me, Alexis, you better fix the way you asked that. And I said, no, like, what's wrong with you? Like, why are you doing this? She was literally picking fights with people where I'm like, for what? Like, why are you talking? Like, just to stir up something. And my mom's like, what? And so I tell her, like, why are you messaging this person this? Why are you talking like, why are you saying this? And my mom's like, because it's funny. I was like, how is that funny? So there was someone I was beefing with, but like, we were cool now. So my mom was like, oh, bringing up like old shit. And so the girl was like, what? Like, you good? And my mom was like, no, are you? And my mom was like, does not see what's wrong with it. And so I'm like, why did you do that? Like, we literally were good. Like, why are you making things awkward? And my mom's like, who fucking cares? Like, who cares, Jade? Are you going to run into this person again? Are you going? I was like, it does not matter. Like, why are you doing it? Like, why are you doing it? And so my mom's like, why not? Like, do you want me to tell them that I did it? Is that gonna make you feel better? I was like, no, because now it's just gonna seem like it's a lie. Why are you doing it? And she's like, because I can. And my mom was really on like, because I can and what? Like, she wasn't understanding. And I look over at Tommy, and Tommy's like to cut it. But it made me mad because I'm like, oh, is this another moment? Is this another like, oh, I don't remember? Oh, this is my manic that's doing it. Like, that's not cool. That's not fair. And it pissed me off because I'm like, I'm not over here putting my mom in harm's way. Like, she doesn't know when to cool it, and she's over here telling me like, think about your brothers, but it's like, you're not over here thinking about me. So I'm telling her that. I was like, how can you tell me to like watch out for my brothers, to think about my brothers and this and that, but you want to be over here talking on the phone thinking that I'm gonna be cool with it? Like, how is that cool? And my mom's like, give me your phone, then I'll resolve the problem right now. Give me your phone. And I'm like, why am I gonna give you my phone if this is what you did? If you think this is cool. She's like, give me your fucking phone right now. Like, she was so mad. Like, she really did not understand what she was doing, and I didn't think that was fair, y'all. Like, I was like, nah, that's not cool. That's not cool. Why should I have to give up my phone when you're over here fighting with people on my phone, and then I'm telling you like, why are you doing it, confronting you about it, and then you're like, give me your phone right now? Not cool, not fair. And it made me feel like, oh, I shouldn't have said anything. Like, it made me feel crazy. Like, I'm not gonna lie, like, it really made me feel like, oh, I should have never said anything. Like, it made me feel like, why did you even say anything at all? Like, why are you bugging her? So we keep fighting, and she keeps getting louder and louder that like, what am I not getting? That I can't just come in the room and demand for her to like answer that, who the f do I think I am? And I was like, you're a fucking daughter. So I'm like getting upset, and she's like literally looking at me, but she has like this face of like, she doesn't know what to say. Like, you got me there. Like, and it was just so annoying because I'm like, why does it have to be so toxic? Like, why can't we just talk? Like, why do you think this behavior is okay? Because like, y'all, like, I'm telling you, like, it was not normal, where I'm just like, why do you think this is cool? I don't get it. She never did to my brothers ever. She was still at her crazy when they were in junior high and high school, and she never played with them ever. But with me, it was game on. And she even says like, I'm just so grateful that you even talked to me, because yeah, there's a lot that I still don't share, where I'm just like, I don't know why she would even do that. Like, why she really you know. And I'm pretty sure like she probably does hate that I do story times at times, because it opens my eyes and it has me remember things that I have buried down deep because I'm telling you, for the longest I was on autopilot for a long time because I was just trying to survive. But at times when I relive things, I'm like, wait, hold up, wait. And honestly, like, it literally, like, and not just for my mom, for a lot of people around me, where I'm like, that's crazy. That's crazy that you did that, because you knew that I was just like, like still going. I was like, you know, trying to just survive, because you never would have done that to me now. And that's up. That's up. So if you guys see me go cold to certain people, it's because I'm thawing out and I'm waking up, because I did allow a lot of bullshit, because I was just like, and I was just like, okay, let's just go through the motions, like, let's just go through it. But that's not cool. That's not cool to take advantage of someone because you know that they're just in survival mode. I haven't worn this shade in the longest, and I've been like wanting to. Tuli, I think it was Tuli. Yeah, Tuli. They don't make ColourPop Tuli no more. Like, this is the old G. And then this is one that I thought kind of, nope, it's not even. Oh my god, who has a dupe for Tuli? Because I wanted Tuli. I thought Tuli would look really nice like this. See, this is why I be buying doubles. Didn't I tell y'all? This is why I buy doubles, because I could have had one in the package that was like forever old, but Tuli, we need Tuli. So anyways, we continue to fight and continue to yell, and then I just chuck the phone near her. Not at her, near her, but she'll swear that I try to square up with her, which is cool, whatever. I just go to the room because I'm like freaking fuming. I'm hot, I'm pissed. Because was it wrong? Yes, because I shouldn't have done that. So I'm in the room and she eventually comes, just talking to me, telling me that it's hard, that she's stuck in the middle. And I'm telling her like, how is that hard? That like, choose me, love me. Because that's how I felt like. I feel like she was telling me without telling me that like she didn't know who to choose, him or me. And so I'm telling her like, how is it hard? And she's saying it's complicated. It's just complicated because what about my brothers? My brothers. And I think that's why too, for the longest, I always put my brothers before me, because my mom had instilled that in me, that my brothers were more important in the situation because they were young and I just knew more. It like takes away from the look. Do you know what I mean? Like, it overpowers the look. Is it cute? Yeah. I feel like if I didn't have the blue going on, after we're done talking about that, I was like, oh, why were you doing this all on my phone? And she was like, you know what, Jade, to be serious, like, it's not that serious. And I'm like, yes, it is. Like, what are you talking about? Some of these like people that you're hitting up, like, I already squashed the beef with. Like, you're over here bringing it back up and I already fixed it with them. And she was like, well, how am I supposed to know? I was like, well, maybe like if you were around. And I just didn't understand it, like why she was doing it. Like, it just, there's no reason for her to write like Ursula and be like, bitch, you, da da da, like, you know, all this stuff. Like, it just didn't make sense to me. So I'm over here like, okay, now I have beef with people that like I could just like walk by, and now like I gotta like watch my back. And so my mom just keeps telling me like it's not that serious and that I'm pissing her off again, and that why do I care? And I was like, what do you mean? I care because when you're locked up or when you're away or when you're doing whatever, I still am around these people. And she was like, well, then stop being around those people. She just wasn't getting it. And then I kept trying to explain. She's like, I don't need to get anything. You are the one who needs to get it. And I'm like, all right, mom. She's like, you see, it's hard to talk to you. Like, you never just want to listen. That if they want to fight, like, what, are you scared or something? And so then that pissed me off because it felt like my mom was kind of like antagonizing me in a way. And I was like, no, I'm not scared. And I don't like how you're saying that, ma. And so I would tell her, and she would tell me that like I always make things uncomfortable. And I think what she meant by that is like I was quick to call her out on it, you know? Instead of like leaving it alone, I would call my mom out on it. Or I would be like, why'd you say that? Or like, why this or why that? And that's why my grandma don't like me around either. Because like, I'm not gonna just sit here and be like, huh? Like, I'm like, why, grandma, why would you say that? When X, Y, and Z. Or when she would be so passionate about other people needing to cut off this person and that. And I'm like, then why don't you? Why you always got something slick to say? And I'm like, I'm just saying, like, why are you judging when you need to be careful because you're gonna be judged? You know what I'm saying? See, that's cute. So this one is the Morphe Trendsetter and Morphe Ballet. So we're still arguing, still like fighting back and forth. And then she's just like, I don't know what to do. What is it that you want from me so that I can do it? Like, what is it that you want? And so I tell her that I want it just to be us and my brothers. And she's like, oh my God, Alexis, I mean, something that I can do, something that I can do. I'm stuck in the middle. Da, 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 da. So I was like, okay, Mom, I just want you to let me go with the peaches. And then it was quiet. And she's like, what do you mean? I was like, Mom, you know what I mean. Like, you know what I mean. Now, this wouldn't be the first time that I tell my mom to like give me away, but I feel like I had to, because that was the only way that I knew that I could like protect myself, and for her to feel like guilt-free, because she would say, if I do let you go, I don't want to hear that you're trying to give yourself a sad story and that I didn't want you. I didn't want you. So she would say that, and oh y'all, it would make me so angry, because it was just like, okay, I don't know how else to say it without using this analogy. Like, I can call you a bitch without calling you a bitch. You know what I mean? So it's like, Mom, you were giving me away without saying you're giving me away. You know what I mean? And so again, this wouldn't be the first time that my mom has given me away, you know? And so then I was like, okay, Mom, I'm not gonna sit there and tell them that you didn't want me. She's like, no, I need to talk to them, and I don't want them thinking that you don't have nowhere to go, because you do. I tell her I do, but I don't want to be with the piece of shit. And so she'd be like, what do you want me to do? What do you want me to do? So we'd fight, and I'm like, oh my God, oh my God, oh my God. Okay, Alexis, like, break it down, break it down, break it down. Because we keep going back and forth. Like, you're not going to get what you want. You're not going to get what you want. And you're not going to be able to go with the peaches. Because I want to go with the peaches. But the thing is, like, I have to do a contract with my mom, right? And we would do things like this all the time. And this is what I tell you, like, in the future, I had to pay her to let me have Andrew, so she wouldn't take him away. Because when my mom was going through her manic stuff, she would threaten to call the cops to have Andrew removed away from me and to go with her. It's not because Andrew was in danger. It's not because Andrew wasn't being loved. It was none of that. It's because she knew that it scared me to be away from Andrew, so I would have to pay her so that I could keep Andrew. Whether it be $75, $100, $200. And it became so much that I was able to build a report. And so when I got emancipated, they granted me the emancipation because my mom would hold it over me. And I was so scared, because I was a minor who had a baby, and I didn't know that like my mom would be able to make decisions and be like, nope, Andrew can't do that, Andrew can't go there, this is this. And so I was like so scared, you know. And I was like, oh my God, like what if this, what if that. And my mom knows how to talk good, you know. My mom went to college and did all this stuff, and she got like amazing grades. So when she would start talking a certain way, I was like, oh my God, I was terrified of my mom. And so even for me to stay with the peaches later on, spoiler alert, I had to pay my mom. Even when I needed to stay with Skillet, because I didn't want to live with that piece of shit, I had to pay my mom. Now there were some times I got to the point where I'm like, I need her to understand, like, I'd rather be than go back with the piece of shit. And so I would tell her, Mom, if I go back, that's it. So it's either my life or leave me the f alone. And I feel bad for giving her that threat. I honestly do. Honest to God, I feel so bad, because I remember looking at my mom's face and her just feeling like she didn't know what to do, but she wanted me to go back with her because she was good. She was in her depression state, and I feel so fucked up saying that, but she was going through her depression state. And so when she was through her depression state, she wanted me around. She wanted me there. She would bring me food sometimes, and I would have like bruises. I would be busted up because either I'd be getting in fights or it was the ex. And so she would tell me like, no, you're gonna come back and you're gonna live with me. But I'd rather deal with that than go back with my mom. And that's something that my mom still hangs over my head, where she's like, you know, I don't know why you just didn't want to go back with me. And I'm like, Mom, because I didn't want to go with him. Like I did not feel comfortable. And she'd be like, well, it's because you're older now. Oh, so I'm older now, so I can defend myself. And so then we start fighting. It's, you know, she'd be like, oh, I can't win with you. No, you can't. You can't, because you can't bully me, Mom. I'm sorry. You can't, because it's still wrong. It was wrong. It was wrong. It was wrong. Because when he didn't want you no more, you could move mountains. You could. You could. And it makes me so mad, because I wasn't a part of that. I already branched off and I started doing my own. So anyways, I'm giving you little bits here and there. Oh, and that's another thing too. I need to stop doing that. Because when I do story times and I finally get to do like, oh, you guys are like, I've heard a little bit of this before. And it's like, yeah, I'm so sorry. I try so hard to have like a normal conversation with her, not try to piss her off, because I know that she could just pull it from me, you know? So in our verbal contract, it is pretty much that if she calls me, I better answer. If she tells me to be somewhere, I better be there. And it's all like kind of like normal stuff, but then she wants to start with her cussing. And if I say this, and if I do that, and if I find out, and it's like so hard because I'm trying so hard to be like, remain calm, and she keeps telling me, and if I let you go, I don't want to hear that I chose him over you. And I could not bite my tongue. I cannot bite my tongue enough. And I'm like, I don't like how she's wording it. I don't like how she's saying it. I don't like any of it. Like, I just feel like, oh, that's nasty, you know? So I tell her, I'm like, but mom, can we just be honest? That's what you want. You see, you always piss me off. That's not what I want, Jade. I'm having to be uncomfortable knowing that what he did to you, and I have to make sure that your brothers, it was always my brothers. It made me so mad because she acts like, oh, she was so uncomfortable living with him. Really? But you were cooking, cleaning, laid up with him. Like, you're so uncomfortable, mom. So uncomfortable. You're playing house. So like, it would make me so mad where like I was so young and I believed so much of it, even though the voice in my head was like, no, because I was like, she doesn't want to do this, like she's forced to. And if you're told something so much, you start to believe it, right? It irritated me so bad. So I irritate her and she's like, you know what, I don't even want to do it anymore. I don't even want to do it. Nope, I don't even want to do it anymore. I'm going to show you, because that's the only way you're going to learn. Is I'm going to show you how we're going to suffer and how it's not as easy as you think it is, Alexis. It's not as easy as you think. And I'm like, okay, mom, all right. She's like, there you go, just shutting down. And I'm like, yeah, mom, like I don't want to fight with you, like I don't know what you want me to do. And so she tells me to give her my phone, and I'm like, mom, you already have it. So then she walks out, she's mad, she starts fighting with Tommy. Her and Tommy are yelling at each other. I don't know what she's saying, but she's going in on Tommy and her are yelling at each other, and then you just hear a loud like slam. She leaves. I give it some time, I go out, and it's Tommy and my mom. They both left. So I was like, oh, okay, whatever. I end up going to bed, wake up, my mom's still not there, Tommy's not there. More time passes. Spice and Sugar come over, they do a couple things, they ask me what I'm gonna do, if I needed anything, and I'm like, can you just give me a ride to the library? They give me a ride to the library. I log in, I go into MySpace, I hit up Ursula, and I tell her, hey bitch, that wasn't me. My cousin got my phone, because I'm not gonna throw my mama under the bus, because I'm not gonna be like, my mom, because that just sounds stupid, that sounds lame, it sounds like a lie. And I'm not even trying to put some more on my mom, because everyone already thinks of my mom a certain way, and I'm like, so I tell her, I don't got my phone, my cousin took my phone. The cousin that I put the blame on is the one that catfished me, that I have a story time on. So it's that bitch that I cannot stand. And I don't care if I throw some on her or oh, whatever, because she deserves it, okay? She was the one writing you crazy. I got no beef, like whatever. Ursula wants to sit here and be like, you're a liar, meet me blah 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 here, and we're gonna handle it, because that's how you really feel, that's how you really be feeling. So I'm like, what are you talking about? She's like, yeah, everything that you're posting, what you talking about? I'm like, what are you talking about? I didn't know that my mom went onto my MySpace account and was beefing with people on my page. Yeah. And I'm gonna end it there, you guys. I love you guys so much. Besos a todos, and I'll see you guys in my next story time. I love you guys so much.